Hey guys, well then today I'm back in another tutorial. So in this episode we're going to be focusing on making a main menu for the user to interact with. So we have two new assets to load in. First you want to go into your preloader class and let's load those in. So the first image is going to be a title screen. This is going to show the title of the game on the screen, on the menu. So that's the ID, and then the assets title screen.png is going to be the path. And the second image, we're going to make a button template for us. So the way we're going to do that is just set ID to button, just same thing, and do that. So this is just an empty pink rectangle that will hold a text, and we'll create a function that will actually make buttons for us that will be displayed on the main menu. So next we want to go in our create function, and instead of starting our level 1 function right as we preload everything, we want to actually go to the main menu. So once the game has loaded, it will jump right to the main menu class, which is empty. We have left this empty. We need to actually fill it in just like any other state. So let's make this into a state. So the first thing we want to do is state the first line, which is going to set it up and game, make those empty. Here we're going to hold all of our global variables that we actually wouldn't need. We'll keep it there just in case we need it. So next let's set up the prototype. Let's go do game.mainMenu.prototype, just like we did with any other state. So in here we're going to have a create and our update functions. So let's start with our create function, and actually we're going to need to take in the parameter of game, just so we can use the game function in our create function. Next we need to do the same with our update function and take in game. We actually won't really be using update, but we'll just keep it there. Next we're actually going to need another function and call this create button. So this function is going to create a button for us, which will have a string, and it will have an X and a Y and a width and a height and a callback on the end. We need to pass in game through that too, because we're going to use some game functions in there too. Next, what we need to do is make the actual button. So let's say, okay, we're going to create a variable, call it button1, and do game.add.button xy, and the ID we're going to use button, and we'll just create an empty function in here. Actually, no, let's not do an empty function. Let's just say callback. I was going to do callback on another statement, but we'll just keep it in here. Right, next, what we want to do is the other parameters. We're gonna have this and then 2, 1, 0. This doesn't really matter, but we'll just keep it there just so it doesn't throw any errors. Next, we want to set the anchor point of the button one. Anchor, let's set 2. Set that to the middle. Next, we'll set the height and the width of these buttons to our designated value. Right, next we need to create a text that's going to hold a string and actually position it onto the button. So we'll just create a new variable, call it text, and say game.add.text, and we'll say button1.x and button1.y. Thread parameter is going to be the string, which is going to hold our text that's going to be overlaid over the button. Next, we're going to need some data about which font it's going to use and what color it's going to be. So the font, we're going to use a 14px Arial. And next, we're going to make our fill be white. You can choose any color. Say FFF for white. And next, we are going to align it on the center of the button. That's it. Next, we want to set up the anchor of the text. So do txt.anchor, dot set to, and we'll set that to 0.5. Next, what we want to do is actually fix those. Actually, no, we don't. That's it. That's all we need to do. So once you've done this, you can go ahead and create your actual buttons. So you can go up in your create function and let's create some buttons. So we're going to say this dot create button, and we're going to say we're going to pass in game through here. Next, we're going to need our what do we need? Hang on. We need our string, right? Say plate. We need our x value. It's going to be game.wall.center x, and then our y, it's going to be game.wall.center y, and we'll add 32 to this. Next, we're going to need a width, which is going to be 300, and the height, which is going to be 100. Next is going to be the callback, which is going to create a function, and in here we're just going to say this dot state dot start level 1. And that's it. That's going to be our first button. Next, we can create another button, and in here you can really create anything that you want. I'm going to create an about. It's not really going to do anything. We're just going to say console.log about or something, right? Next, actually, let's position this so it doesn't look weird. Let's add 192. Next, we are going to need to set up our title screen. So first, we want to go upstairs and make a variable and call it title screen. This title screen is going to be holding the sprite of our title screen. We're going to set that game.add.sprite, and we're going to position it at the center x, and game.wall.center y, and we'll do minus 192. There we go. And the ID is going to be title screen. Right. Next, we want to set the anchor of the title screen. Anchor set to 0.5 and 0.5. And now if you actually hop into the game, and there we go, we have a menu popped up, and if we press the play button, our game will pop up. So that's pretty much it. We have our title screen popping up, and our about button working properly. There we go. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.